It's so beautiful.
Live from the epicenter. Ooh, this is interesting. I haven't. This is the first time I haven't written this copy. Live from the epicenter of an apex.
Wow.
It's a pants-free business pants quiztacular. Joined as always by the nostalgic childhood smell of Matt Moscardi. I'm Olestra. Wait a minute. Olestra was the diarrhea-causing agent in Pringles, right? Low-fat Pringles.
Yeah.
Pringles.
That was a big thing in the 90s.
I think I really am Olestra.
It.
I might actually be Olestra. In today's ketamine-induced quiz show called August 11th, 2022, a quiz, a pop-up anti-woke quiz, and then more of that first quiz.
It's compelling. It gets really
Come on, let's do it.
Woo! All right, I will do it. We're going to do some... Oh, you're killing my music for me, huh?
Well, yeah, it's quiz time.
Oh, I hate that quiz music. Okay, go.
Really? That's like... It's probably my favorite music going.
It's just literally the worst.
All right, come on. Here we go. I checked out all of our wonderful... I mean, dude, I don't know if I want to call these ESG headlines. We're trying to kill the acronym, yet we still use it all the time.
No one knows what we're talking about.
This is officially known as America's favorite, well, only ESG, which is really woke data, dumpster news dive quiz.
Okay.
Okay. Actual headlines from the actual stories that analysts at Sustainalytics should be looking at as they cover their industries. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Maybe. Ugh. Matt, whose jet emitted more CO2 than any other celebrity jet so far this year? Whose jet? More carbon dioxide. Whose jet? Who is the number one climate-hating celebrity in all the lands? According to a report. Yeah.
I think what I saw was the response to being labeled the worst.
Oh, you saw?
And
okay.
I think it was from Taylor Swift, who was saying, like, she didn't use the jet all the time. People took the jet. She didn't even know. Right? Like, I think it's her. Yeah,
absolutely. And this is from a report from Yard, which I guess let's just call a free flow competitors. So we hate Yard. Yes, the answer is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift so far in 2022, and this is reporting from actually a week or two ago, has her jet has taken 170 flights. That's over. That's about 23,000 minutes in the air. She has emitted her jet alone has emitted 8,300 tons of flight emissions, and just so you know, the average person's total annual emissions is 7.
Wait, what was that first number you said? 170 flights since
170
when?
flights since January. And I'll add, she's and Matt, she's not on tour.
Aren't we only like 200 days into the year?
And you're right, Matt. I'll give you another. Her team's official response was, I love that she has a team. Her team's official response was, it's not all her fault.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Somebody else did it.
Okay.
I love that response.
Double bonus question here for you, Matt. Name any other climate-hating celebrity in that top 10 list. So, yeah, again, this is out of analysis from Yard. They had a top 10 list. Just, can you name another one? Can you name another climate-hating celebrity?
There's a lot of options. I had read somewhere that Elon Musk actually did a lot. I read the Kardashians did a lot. But I'm going to go with a wild card option because I think McDonald's is still a player in sending Travis Scott around the world. There's no way to clean up as many messes.
That's right. That's a dangerous guess because Travis Scott is somewhat obscure, at least compared to some of the other names on this list. But yeah, coming in at number 10, Travis Scott. There you go.
Wow, really? All right.
Yeah.
Ah,
No,
good
really,
for me.
you got it. Travis Scott. Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Uh,
I literally was
nobody
making a
cares.
McDonald's. I was making a McDonald's joke. I wasn't
Yeah.
even.
No, it's actually Travis Scott, who is, I believe, married to a Kardashian. There's also a Kardashian on this board too, so that
I
family's
would
doing
have
well.
guessed like
Moving on. Yeah.
Kardashian first, but I thought okay. I thought my
No,
my funny joke didn't land because it actually
Oh,
was
see, I
true.
didn't think it was funny because it was absolutely true. Yeah, but I will
It
say
didn't
this.
land. It was
Yeah, it didn't land. I will say this for Travis Scott, unlike Taylor Swift, he is on tour. He is, and I think he's one of the most sort of highest grossing musical acts
I
in
don't
the
care
country.
about that. No one
So-
cares. No one cares.
But I'm saying, Matt, he's actually on tour. He's actually,
No.
at least he's like, I guess, doing a job. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what Taylor Swift's up to. All right, moving on. Oh, actually, one more in this line. Triple bonus question. What am I calling the Drake effect? What's the Drake effect?
What are you calling the Drake effect?
Yeah, I'm coining a phrase. What's the Drake effect?
Is it like like you just put out platinum albums? Why are you calling something the Drake effect?
Canada. This is news from this week. Canada, the country of Canada, is adding a 10% tax on luxury cars, yachts, and private jets as celebrities come under scrutiny for their emissions. Canada, 10% tax. You think that's going to matter? 10% tax on Drake's jet?
I mean, on a jet,
Do you care?
10% starts to add up. That feels like a
Alright.
lot.
That's
I mean, if
something,
you
right?
could afford a jet, though, it's a rounding error.
That's called the Select Luxury Items Tax Act. So Canada, despite Emma Lurking's hatred of Canada, they're actually the first country that's actually doing something about some
Do you
of this
remember that
nonsense.
time you said something nice about Canada and she told you how dare
Yeah.
you because
I
the way
loved
they
it.
treat their indigenous people? Yeah.
I loved it. Moving on.
It was
Matt, why is Elon Musk teasing his website X.com as he barrels towards a $44 billion trial in October against Twitter? Why is he teasing X.com?
I mean, I sort of stopped paying attention to Elon Musk, except
Yeah.
that I saw that he completed a $6.9 billion
Yes.
sale.
He's
and
getting ready.
X.com
He's getting ready to
he's
lose.
getting ready. And he wrote like, in the event that I'm
Right.
forced to buy Twitter.
Forced.
Yeah, forced. In
Yeah.
the event that I was
was
forced
his
to
offer.
sign a stupid
His
merger
offer.
agreement after making a totally binding offer on
Idiot.
Twitter. You're a moron. I would guess X.com is just going to be where he moves Twitter. It's like the new company that owns them or something.
You know,
Because it's like X Group or something.
you're not completely wrong, actually. There's a little bit of truth to that. I'll give you partial. He claimed at one point that his purchase of Twitter will help his eventual vision of X.com. But what he's really doing is he's teasing it as a potential competitor to Twitter. So he is actually
good.
posturing
Good
right now
idea.
that he's going to win that lawsuit, not have to buy Twitter, and then launch a competitor to Twitter. And this was Twitter has been explicitly stating this concern since even back in April, that Musk wanted only three things: either get on the board of Twitter, buy Twitter, or create a competitor
Destroy
to Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's why they're ultra. That's why they're down this road where they can't just stop the sale, and why they're suing for Elon to buy it. 'Cause otherwise, they have given Elon at this point all of their data, like everything, all of the information.
But the good news here
Yeah, what's the good news?
is that Elon Musk only has roughly $200 billion left over to start the competitor because he had to spend $40 billion already. So the good news is that he'll crater Tesla, he'll crater SpaceX, he'll crater Neuralink on his way to building a competitor to Twitter, which he accidentally bought. Yeah.
The audience likes that one. I guess they're not Elon fans. Moving on,
a
Jerry
little delayed.
Hunter. You ever heard of Jerry Hunter? No, he's
No,
Snap's
I don't
head
know
of
who that is.
engineering.
Okay,
This
good.
is in our stakeholders rule category. I talk about some stakeholders.
With no stakeholders because it's a dual class dictatorship, but sure.
We'll get to that. Jerry Hunter, Snap's head of engineering, was asked during a recent Q&A call with workers whether the company is considering job cuts. as it reprioritizes and recalibrates its business. His answer was for employees to wait and see what happens, as the
I love the whole wait and
reprioritization
see.
will take several weeks. Here's the question. On a scale from 1 to panic, how worried should you be if you ask about layoffs and your boss says things like reprioritizes, recalibrates, and wait and see what happens? How worried should you be?
The wait and see would put me over there. Everybody's always recalibrating and calibrating and decalibrating and extra calibrating. But when asked explicitly, do I have a job? And they're like, wait and see.
Yeah, it's even worse. It's wait
not
and
great.
see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
You're absolutely right. Bonus question. Did Snap's head of engineering, Jerry Hunter, attend Stanford University?
Oh, yes.
Trick question.
You didn't go to Hofstra.
He actually came to Snap via Amazon Web Services, so the answer is no, he did not attend Stanford. See what happens, like if, and this is leading to my next question, but if you don't come on with the fetishy Stanford founders, usually you're actually educated somewhere else. That's what I'm learning.
Oh,
So he was actually poached from Amazon Web Services.
yeah, but he went to a school somewhere. Where did he go to school?
He got a master's Arizona, University of Arizona.
Okay, well that's Stanford adjacent.
Oh, stop it! How dare you? It's Pac-10.
You would drive there?
Pac-10. Double bonus question. You already actually alluded to this. Is Snap actually a democracy? Is it a
No.
legit publicly traded company? Why not?
No.
Why are you saying that?
Because they have dual class shares. And one of the shares has a 20x. Is it a 20x? I think they have like one of the rare. It's not just 10x. They're not just.
This is a rare
10x
dictatorship that we should all be very excited about. The co-founders control 99.5% of the voting rights. They even had to get that extra 0.5, those assholes.
They were really pissed when they were like, we can't have 99.9. We have to give
Absurd.
up 0.4.
Absolutely absurd.
What is the point?
99.5%
How
absurd.
is
Idiots.
Snap on an index?
Come on, Evan. You can do
You're
better.
not a shareholder. You just
he-
gave them your money for nothing.
If he's married to a supermodel, then I feel like he could do better than this. He can give back. Even Tom Brady, like, doesn't he sell like blunts or something? Doesn't he give back to the people? I don't know what Tom
believe
Brady
that
does.
is in TB12.
He's
his
married to a
method, yeah.
supermodel. All right, moving
Yeah, I
on.
believe that's right.
Despite fewer job openings, what do Americans keep doing at record rates? Is it getting pissy at airports, quitting their jobs, eating at McDonald's, villainizing Larry Fink, or talking about ESG? Despite fewer job openings, what do Americans keep doing at record rates?
Wow. This is a trick question because all of those things is the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. You beat the the trick.
The only one
All of those things are
that
actually true.
threw me off was eating at McDonald's because I was like, are they? I guess at
Sales are
record
up.
rates?
Yeah, no, year over year. Yeah, no, everything's good. Looking. Chipotle and McDonald's are the two fast food still doing well, higher and higher.
Really?
Yeah.
So, is it driven mostly by plant-based meat?
It must be. Yes, it's driven by woke, tattooed them. They are theys. They them theirs.
I think didn't they call
all
it
the things the
McPlant?
anti-wokes hate. Yeah.
Yeah, they called it the McPlant. I think.
If Emma was here, she might have buzzed me for that, but we'll never know. Yeah, I did a Google trend search, Matt. You'd be happy to know that ESG is trending up. It's all the hate against it really has helped. It's actually helped.
Wow, so
Good news.
excited! Yeah,
And then Matt-
I don't know. Who cares?
And Matt shared with me this morning a very sexy blog piece featuring people riding around on their bikes on the beach with American flags. And yet another piece villainizing Larry Fink from BlackRock. And one of the ways they like to villainize Larry Fink, which is clearly an old-fashioned anti-Semitic trope, which I love personally, is
Who doesn't love a
showing
good
lots of big
anti-Semitic
pictures,
trope?
lots of big pictures of his face. I don't know why that's necessary. When we're taking down BlackRock, why do you need multiple pictures of Larry Fink's face? What are you doing?
Okay, so
What's the point?
the first picture they chose of him, this is worth thinking about, is Larry Fink penting his fingers like Mr. Burns with the quote above it is, "Oh yeah, that's the face of a guy who's looking out for the greater good," sarcastically. Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
Oh,
moving
ooh.
on.
Yeah, it took you
Streaming
a while to find
wars.
that button.
We haven't talked about the streaming wars in a while. I hate to do this without Emma, but let's do it anyway. True or false, Matt? True or false? Disney's streaming services is on the cusp of overtaking Netflix in the number of viewers.
Disney reported like 211 million, and Netflix was 210.7.
Yeah, Matt, you're on top of your headlines. Yeah, this just surprised me. Although, let's be fair here, Disney's cheating, right? Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. They get to
I mean,
they get to do this.
well, first of all, you know that like at a certain point,
Boo! I say boo. I say
there's
boo.
nothing else to watch on Disney Plus. It's not that interesting.
I actually never watch. I never watch Disney Plus. I don't like
No,
any
it's
of
not that
that
interesting.
silly macho guys with a big hammer movies. I hate that stuff. So I don't watch Disney Plus.
Men with hammers is not what you watch.
I
Got it.
I don't even understand. I don't get how anyone finds that entertaining. I really don't understand. But then again, how do they find this entertaining? Who knows?
They don't. The numbers don't lie.
Yes. Okay, now I'm feeling depressed. So let's move on. Yeah,
Let's do the next one.
You're right, Matt. Disney has just pulled ahead of Netflix. Disney added 14.4 million customers last quarter. Netflix lost 1 million. So there you go.
1 million.
Let's get on to one of Matt's favorite subjects, and that is the cruise industry. You're going to like this one,
I
Matt.
missed the cruise industry. We haven't talked about them in a while. Floating petri dish.
I put this one together especially for you.
Ooh.
It's a big fat ESG cruise question. Princess Cruises has canceled 11 sailings from the U.S. due to labor challenges. That's the headline. And that's in quote,
Okay.
labor challenges. That's from the company. Matt, I ask you this. What is a more appropriate and stakeholder-friendly headline here? I got 5 choices for you. Princess Cruises has canceled 11 sailings from the U.S. due to management failure.
That's
Princess Cruises
an
has
obvious
canceled 11 sailings from the U.S. due to governance failures.
Ooh.
Princess Cruises has canceled 11 sailings from the U.S. due to Mickey Arison.
Well, that sort of that's the same as number 2.
Okay, whatever. I had to do something here. Princess
Yeah,
Cruises
come
has canceled 11 sailings from the U.S. due to the fact that cruises are gross. And finally, how about this? Is this a better headline? Princess Cruises has canceled 11 sailings from its U.S.-based Diamond Princess Cruise due to being a shady corporation that does shit like deliberately dump shit.
Wow. That would have been a
Yeah.
good quote. I actually would have liked best if the quote was the fact that cruises are obviously gross.
Yeah, let me give you a little
That would've
background
been a
before you
good
answer
quote.
this. Let's talk about governance failures. There are lots of them at this company, but the number one, this is Carnival that owns the Diamond Princess Cruises. The most glaring is an entrenched board. More than half of the board has been there for over 12 years, including the entire nominating committee and the
Yes.
majority and chairs on all board committees. In fact,
Nicely
they've
done.
appointed, despite just millions of problems going on during the pandemic and post-pandemic, they've only appointed one new director since it all started, and that was back in May of 2020, and that is a boring old crusty white dude lawyer from Walmart. That's it. So they're
It's
clearly
really
not
amazing.
interested in addressing any of this.
And
Just saying.
And no one, I bet you if we asked people, they couldn't name one of their board members.
True. The reason why I'm making fun of Mickey Arison is he's on the board, been with the company for over 50 years. He's a former CEO, the largest shareholder, and he's been in the chair of Carnival since a man named George Herbert Walker Bush was president.
Wow.
The reason why I
It's
said
not that long.
the reason why I said that cruises are gross is obvious. Oh, and finally, I made a very silly joke about being a shady corporation that does shit like deliberately dump shit. Well, here's some information from MSCI. In 2016, Princess Cruise Lines actually pleaded guilty. Matt, they actually pleaded guilty.
They said it was their fault. Wow.
Yeah, they said it was their fault to 7 criminal charges related to the intentional pollution of the seas and willful cover-up of such acts since 2005. That's a big deal. That seems like a very big deal.
That's a lot of words that I don't hear that much.
MSCI rating it as a severe controversy. It's most fun category of controversy.
Well, they have very severe. They have very.
Oh, they have a very severe. Damn it!
They have very severe. So it's next in line.
Yeah, and then that's it. What bonus question, Matt? Why did the Diamond Princess, the cruise ship, this is the same cruise ship, why did the Diamond Princess first make headlines here at Business Pants?
Oh, well, for bringing COVID. It's got to be COVID related.
Check there you go. That's right. In February 2020, when the cruise ship housed a major COVID-19 outbreak resulting in over 700 cases and over a dozen deaths.
Mm-hmm.
That seems significant to me.
Does it? Yeah.
And yet, business as usual. That board is as crusty as ever. Business as usual over there at Carnival.
I'm going to stop you here because it's my turn to do a pop-up quiz.
Oh, I was just getting rolling. Okay.
Well,
actually, I'm excited.
You mentioned Carnival Cruise Lines, and they're one of the potential answers for my first quiz question. This is an anti-woke pop-up. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first question I have for you, first quiz question is, the American Conservative Values ETF, that's a real ETF that you can buy.
Sure.
It boycotts companies that are deemed too woke.
Woke.
Too woke. If you want to go look up their
woke. Wait, is that
they're
even
too
possible?
Woke. Yeah.
Okay.
They're over woke. If
that's
you
like saying they're
go,
too educated. That's what they're saying. They know too much. Too much knowledge.
If you want to figure out their methodology for doing that, you can't because the website is down and probably has been for a while. So,
okay. All right.
But which of the following companies is currently boycotted for their wokeness?
Yeah, okay.
Knowing full well that the rest of the companies on this list they have invested in, okay? Is it A, Etsy,
Ooh.
B, Delta Airlines,
Huh?
C, American Airlines,
What?
or D, Carnival Cruises? Which one of those is...
Okay, I'm not... Okay, I don't play these quizzes like our very own Matt Mascardi. I don't try to play the quiz master. I just answer from my heart. There's clearly one answer here, and we have proof of it because we had a show here that we're thinking of reviving eventually because it might have been the only one that had an audience bigger than 2. That was called the Blowhard Index, right? And we used to invest in companies based on woke or anti-woke criteria, and one of them was Etsy that I happily invested in because it has a slew of beautiful woke policies that really warm my heart. So I think the answer here is definitely it's Etsy. They have to be too woke. Have to be Etsy. Oh, what? Come on! It has to be Matt. I've been in this industry for way too long, over a decade. I know it's Etsy. I know it. I know the methodologies.
We want to know who was boycotted by the American
I worked on the methodologies.
ETF.
Yeah.
It was Delta Airlines.
Stop it. Come on.
I am not kidding. Carnival Cruise is on there.
Okay.
American Airlines is on there. Etsy is one of their holdings.
Stop
That's correct.
Wait, what? They have no idea what they're doing. Zero.
I'm just telling you, that's what it is. And
stop supporting women.
On that.
Women are woke.
Okay.
Keep going. Matt wants to follow up, but
their ticker.
Yeah.
L drill.
Start that statement over again. I missed the first part of that statement.
The Strive Asset Management U.S. Energy ETF. So they do U.S. Energy.
Okay.
And their ticker is Drill. DRLL.
But delicious with blueberries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
DRLL.
They put profit over politics, and they're designing their ETF to correct wokeness in the energy sector. Which of these companies are they currently invested in their ETF? Is it A, First Solar?
No.
B, the U.S. Energy ETF is invested in Canadian company Brookfield Renewable Resources? Or C, Clearway Energy, which does wind and solar? Which one of those?
Wait. They're designed to correct for over wokeness. They're trying to profit over politics. So which one are they invest? I mean, these all sound woke. Am I wrong? First Solar, Brookfield Renewable Resources. This is a trick question.
So the guy who runs the fund is very famous, like like deep right dude named
These all
Vivek
sound woke.
Ramaswamy.
Renewable wind and solar. These all sound woke to me. I would think he want nothing to do with any of these. I don't know. I'm confused. Help me out. Yeah, help me.
The answer is all of the above. They're all
Wait, what?
in the
Stop.
fund. Every one of them is in
Stop.
the fund. I'm not
That's
kidding.
not drilly. There's nothing
They-
drilly going on. You can't drill
they
for wind. I've
invested-
tried.
In the U.S. energy ETF, they invested not only in a renewable company but a Canadian company.
Matt,
They
remember
they didn't even get the
when-
U.S. part right.
Remember we worked at MSCI and they sent us to Cape Cod and we took a giant drill to the beach and we tried to drill for wind. It
Drill
didn't work.
wind.
It
I was
didn't
drilling for
work.
sun energy that one time too.
Idiots.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Second Vote Advisors is an
Okay.
investment in index firm that says they're, quote, sick of wokeness.
Wait, this is all true?
This is all true. You can look
Okay,
all of these
okay,
up.
this
These are
is
linked
sad.
true.
Okay,
Sick
so
of
they-
wokeness.
So it sounds like these people actually have they have no experience in the industry. They literally don't know what they're talking about. They're just a knee jerk. They're snowflakes. They're
I don't know
anti-woke,
what it
okay.
is, but they offer two
Sick of woke.
ETFs.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 4 choices. Pick the 2 that are the real choices, the ETFs that they offer. You
All right.
ready?
Mhm.
ETF number 1, Society Defended, which invests in companies that are pro-gun and pro-law enforcement.
Sounds
Okay.
all right. Yeah.
Choice number 2, FAT, investing in companies offering fewer organic or natural choices.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Choice number 3, Life, investing in anti-abortion companies.
Anti-abortion companies.
Yes.
Are there
pro-life.
pro-abortion companies?
They're
They're
pro-life.
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 Okay.
Pro-life choices. And or option number 4,
Anti-choice.
Choice, excluding companies that make vaccines and pharmaceuticals because it's my body, my choice. Which are the 2 real ETFs? Is it Society Defended, FAT, Life, or My Body, My Choice? Choice.
I'm gonna go with the 2 ones that make me chuckle the most because I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna go with Society Defended and Fat. I don't know what's going on. I just want to hear the real answer.
You get
What's the real
partial
answer?
credit.
Yeah.
Society Defended
Yeah.
is one of the ETFs.
Society Defended.
And the other one is Life. My favorite part about this
Yes.
is they, without knowing it, they made 2 ETFs, one of which is death and the other of which is life. That's what they made. The gun ETF and the pro-life ETF. And they're just side by side. I
I'm
just love
laughing,
that.
but I'm crying on the inside.
I love all of it. All right. You mentioned an article earlier by Main Street Insiders.
Yes.
This blog post that I sent you
Sent
this
to me
morning.
this morning by Matt Moscardi on the pre-production.
According
notes.
to Main Street Insiders, which of the following is Larry Fink responsible for?
I should know this because I read the article.
Is it A, inflation, B, Skynet from the Terminator, C, the financial crisis of 2008, and D, if there is a recession, the recession?
I'm pretty confident in saying it's all of the above.
It is all of the above. Yes. Yeah.
Good for Larry.
Yeah, Larry's been busy. Larry
Yeah.
by himself is responsible for all of those things according to the article. And finally, my last pop-up question in the anti-woke pop-up is, which is the best quote from the counter lawsuit filed by Elon Musk against Twitter? So
Oh, I didn't know it was public. Okay. Yeah.
it's public now. So
Wait, filed by Elon Musk. Got it. Okay.
So yes, Twitter sued Musk. Musk sued Twitter back. There's a
got
lot
it.
of counters going on.
Yeah, sure.
Here's quote number 1. This is Elon's reason for not doing any due diligence. These are quotes from
Why would there
the
be?
lawsuit.
Why would there be a reason? How could there be a reason for that? Yeah.
I'm just saying, Elon's reason for not doing any due diligence is, quote, believing that due diligence processes can be costly and inefficient. The Musk
What?
parties instead focused on bargaining for contractual representations that the information they relied upon in deciding to acquire Twitter
Wait,
is accurate.
Stop. That can't. You're trolling me. That can't be real.
That is a real quote.
I
From
mean,
the
we could
Musk
just end the company right now. That's a real quote.
He said
They're arguing
decided-
due diligence is inefficient?
They said they will not do due diligence because it's inefficient. Instead, they're just going to
Stop it.
rely on the data that Twitter gives them.
$44 billion takeover.
No, that's what they're saying.
Okay,
It's a little inefficient.
Honestly, I'm flabbergasted. I feel overwhelmed.
Or is it B, Twitter's
Yeah.
response to Elon saying they're hiding stuff? This is
Okay.
their hiding stuff paragraph, and then I'll give you Twitter's response. The quote is, Musk fully expected that Twitter would hide nothing from its would-be owner, including about the magnitude of its false or spam account problem. Instead, the opposite happened. Twitter played a months-long game of hide-and-seek to attempt to run out the clock before the Musk parties could discern the truth about these representations, which they needed to close. Twitter's response to that was denied.
Right. This is a new part of our American culture, society that is alarming. Probably the most alarming to me is this idea of identifying truth before actually collecting facts, before actually doing any research. Right. Musk had a notion, and this is like the world's most wealthiest man, right? The CEO of 27 companies. He has determined the truth of this M&A, one of the most important potential M&As in the last 10, 20 years. He's already determined the truth before actually doing any of the actual research or as he says, due diligence.
I do want to point out, I put these questions in an order because they
Just to
are,
trigger me.
Musk says, I'm not doing due diligence, it's inefficient. Then says, I asked for a bunch of data and they're hiding it all, right?
Why does he need the data if he knows the truth? Why does he care?
Asking for data is called due diligence. It's called due diligence.
But why does he care if he knows the truth? He knows the truth. Why does he care?
Or is it option number 3,
Yeah.
which is Twitter's opening parlay? This is like in the third sentence.
Sure.
Quote, according to Musk, he, the billionaire founder of multiple companies advised by Wall Street bankers and lawyers, was hoodwinked by Twitter into signing a $44 billion merger agreement.
I know you're
which
gonna.
is the best quote.
I feel like you're gonna say C because you like the word hoodwinked, but I'm going.
Yes, I'm going with that. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not even done. How dare
No,
you?
no, that's the correct answer.
I just think that the first quote basically loses the whole case for Elon. I mean, when you're admitting that you didn't even try, like you're explicitly stating that you didn't try. You're not even trying, and it can be. You're the world's richest man. This is everyone knows this. Because it can be costly. It's too much money to do a little research. I feel like you just gave up the whole case.
I would rather spend $44 billion buying the thing and finding out later
than hiring two nerds.
$12 for a couple of interns to go look it up first.
Oh my god!
It's really special. This lawsuit is the
good.
gift that keeps giving, and that is my pop-up anti-woke quiz.
That was beautiful. All right, let's wrap up the traditional quiz. I don't even know what we're doing. I don't even know what the point of wrapping this up.
This is America's point of anything is.
This is America's favorite ESG dumpster news dive quiz. Let's wrap it up. Number 7. Here we go. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and other billionaires are backing an exploration for rare minerals. Buried beneath what? This is news from this week. They're backing an exploration for rare minerals buried beneath Matt's dead pet turtle, Joey Romeo.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that would be in your backyard. You buried Joey Romeo?
Yeah, in the corner, and it's a rabbit, not a turtle. But yeah.
An recently unearthed section of pasture due to the bombing in Ukraine. So I guess there was some kind of something was unearthed. Something happened. Cratering revealed something in the Ukraine, and they are now they're targeting that for their rare mineral exploration.
Not that seems not possible.
C, land owned by the U.S. National Park Service.
That's a distinct option. Yeah.
D, Greenland's ice, or E, for rare minerals buried beneath Larry Fink's left Nike Air Max.
Oh yeah, that last one is hard to.
Yeah, I don't know about that because that's the supposition there is that Larry Fink never moves. That he's always standing in the same spot.
There's also
That's
that he
ridiculous.
wears Nike Air Maxes.
You don't
Like,
think
the-
so? I was just
no,
guessing that
that-
BlackRock's heavily invested in Nike. I was guessing.
They probably are. They are very woke. Nike was boycotted by the American Conservative Values
you go.
ETF.
Too many black basketball players wearing Nikes. I get it. Too woke.
I think
Shut
it's
up
either
and
going to be
dribble.
U.S. National Park Service or Greenland's ICE.
What do you got?
I'm going to go with the Park Service. That feels like,
Yeah, Matt. The billionaires are now taking advantage of the climate change that they may or may not be partly responsible
don't say
for.
it. Don't
And
say
they
it.
are. They have. They're backing exploration for rare minerals buried beneath the melting ice of Greenland.
You guys know we got climate change because you all went looking for rare minerals and goo under the ground. Stop looking for goo under the ground. Just leave it alone. Plant a tree. How about that?
Bonus question: on a scale from 1 to evil laughter, how shocked are you that they are doing that? That they're now taking advantage of melting ice in Greenland? How shocked?
I would go with 0. Is 0 an option? Is it?
Oh,
Can I
zero.
go below?
Yeah.
I'm
Either
zero
way, you're gonna
shocked.
get.
I'm just-
Either way, you're
I'm
getting this.
I'm
All
zero
right, let's
shocked.
wrap up this week's quiz. Let's go back to your favorite topic, summer travel chaos. What happened this week at Qantas CEO Alan Joyce's $19 million mansion? What happened this week?
I would guess that everyone who lost luggage dumped it in his yard.
I'm going to give you. I'll give it to
Oh,
you.
really? That happened?
Good enough. The real answer is it was pelted with eggs and toilet paper.
Oh,
But it's the same-
Yeah, it's
same
the same
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
The same idea. Somebody
Bonus-
was like, "Where does he live? Let's throw some stuff at it."
Bonus question: according to his total pay listed in Qantas's 2021 annual report, how many bottles of Ajax lemon-scented spray and wipe multi-purpose antibacterial disinfectant cleaner could Qantas CEO Alan Joyce buy at Amazon.com.au? How many bottles?
To clean off the eggs, ostensibly.
Clean off the eggs.
I'm gonna go with 243,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. The real answer is 1.7 million. 1.7 million bottles of disinfectant.
Wow.
And to end the show, a double bonus question. What does this populist ESG math assume? That ESG math, that populist ESG math I just performed in front of your eyes, what did that assume? What did that assume?
It assumes he gets the options, the fair value grant value, rather than his actual take-home compensation when he gets it later.
That's a very intelligent answer. You're probably right, actually, but the real answer is that assumes that Qantas CEO Alan Joyce owns a rag because he would have only 50 cents left over after buying 1.7 million bottles of Ajax disinfectant. Yeah, so I don't know.
No.
I don't know that he actually owns a way to wipe off.
No, he would use his shirt and then wash
Right,
it
okay,
later.
Exactly.
It would be
His shirt,
fine.
yeah, I like it.
That was Damian Rollas. I am Matt Muscardi. That is by far the best ESG quiz show
In America.
in anywhere. Forget America. The
Anywhere.
The very best
Even Finland?
ESG related quiz show
Even
anywhere. And Finland, I'm looking at you. I'm annoyed at you. We were number 1 in Finland
I know.
for like
we
a
had a
year.
good run.
We had a good
We-
run. What happened? The
endlessly
one
mocked
person, the one person in Finland who listened to us stopped listening. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
Get back
rest
on
in
the
peace.
horse.
Rest in peace.
they're not listening to us now, so they wouldn't know that I'm telling them this. But come back tomorrow for our weekly roundup. Until then, goodbye.